Welcome to this month's Wellbeing Invitation, a simple occupational therapy inspired monthly prescription of activities intended to support well-being that you are invited to spend as little or as often as you like on. How we spend our moments is how we spend our days, which in turn will be how we live our lives. The inspiration between this month's invitation is simple care and attention. And my quote is from Emily Dickinson: "Find ecstasy in life. The mere sense of living is joy enough." So nothing too effortful this month. Now remember, as with all invitations, you can say no. You can just try one or two things out. This is a blanket prescription of activities. If you'd like something more specialised towards your needs, then do reach out and we can have an individual session together. So, a weekly well-being appointment, a poem, and the French sigh. Now, why do we do these things? The benefits include mental clarity, a soothed nervous system, a nourished mind, greater appreciation of the ordinary and mundane, and a sense of joy and delight, and overall improved well-being. I couldn't find any negative side effects to this month's prescription. If they may pop up. Let's have a look. Let's see if I can get myself organised enough to do a review. Okay, so we're beginning with a weekly wellbeing appointment. So you'll make an appointment to see a doctor, a dentist, to get your hair cut. The point is about carving out the space and not cancelling it, okay? And if you do cancel these things, look at why. It's information, nothing to beat yourself up about. So you can keep this simple by going out for a cup of tea, or making yourself a cup of tea and going and sitting outside in the sun for 5 minutes, having a massage, taking a long walk, having a movie night with your favourite treats, taking yourself out to the cinema. So it's once a week. And if you do this and share what you're doing on social media, then use the hashtag Wellbeing Invitation. I would love to see what you're up to and to share some ideas. But yeah, so it's that carving out of the space within your diary, however that may look, and as best you can, not letting yourself down and keeping to it, honouring it in the same way that you would do a dental appointment that you've waited 3 months for or whatever. That simple act of care towards yourself. Now, the next invitation is a poem. Now, we looked at this in July, but we learnt a poem off by heart, which has been shown to improve well-being through improving concentration, our ability to communicate, and even impacts on our sleep quality. However, this month, we're going along with Alice Osborne's quote here. So, looking at poetry as another way of seeing the world and understanding it. And this is how she puts it. Poetry is so important because it helps us to understand and appreciate the world around us. Poetry's strength lies in its ability to shed a sideways light on the world. So the truth sneaks up on you, no question about it. Poetry teaches us how to live. So choosing a poem to read over the month and ponder. You might read one, you might read lots. Mary Oliver is a wonderful one to start with, very accessible to everybody. Excuse me. And I've got a poem by David White called Enough, and it's from Where Many Rivers Meet. Enough. These few words are enough. If not these words, this breath. If not this breath, this sitting here. This opening to the life we have refused again and again. Until now. Until now. So, I suppose making sure you pick something fairly joyful to take care, simple care. And now, the French sigh. You may have noticed the French sigh rather a lot. I have. If you haven't had the opportunity to visit France, you'll often see people in the supermarket queues doing things like this. Now, believe it or not, this is an incredibly quick and efficient way of soothing a stressed nervous system. So, and obviously red lipstick is optional. So you can do this sigh, like, it doesn't necessarily need to be a negative experience that you're doing it within. But, you know, those moments where you might drop something, you may find that you naturally do this anyway. Now, the cyclical physiological sigh is being studied at Stanford University, so this takes it to another level. So the idea is that you breathe into full lung capacity on 2 counts, with the second count being a quicker burst, and then you breathe out through your mouth until your lungs are empty. So it goes like this. You sort of want that kind of empty feeling in your lungs. Now, I've taken it up another notch in the video that I'll link below. Well, I'll link all of the slides below. So the other thing that you can do is you can add in humming or sighing at the end. The vibrations add an extra element of soothing the nervous system even more. So, so we're activating our parasympathetic nervous system and all the goodness that can come from that, including reduced blood pressure, boosting your immune system, soothing yourself. And apparently doing this cyclical physiological sigh for 5 minutes every day is like the ultimate for your body and your nervous system. So a simple technique to add in to boost perhaps the work that you're doing in your own meditation practices, your own mindfulness practices, or an accessible way of doing these things if you don't have a meditation practice at all. Again, if meditation is something that you would like to be doing more of, do reach out and give you some pointers, or we can perhaps book in some sessions. So, as always, remembering that you can say no to any of these activities. Do let me know how you get on, and if there's anything that you'd like to share about your experience. And if you'd like to explore this in more depth, you can book a one-to-one session with me that suits you. So, without further ado, have a wonderful rest of the month. And you can find all of my details here at thewellbeingatelier.com, or you can email me at josephine@thewellbeingatelier.com. I'm on Instagram and Facebook, though I may be taking a pause for Lent. But have a great February. I look forward to hearing how you get on with those activities. Occupation as medicine.